Hi, my name is Einin and I am applying to be a returning RA for the 2025-2026 school year. I'm a junior psychology major with an HTFS minor. I plan to attend UConn School of Social Work to get my master's in social work and then go on to work in a child life specific career. Outside of being an RA, my other involvement includes being the secretary of Psy-Chi, which is the International Honor Society of Psychology. And I'm also in the Early Childhood Development Program. And through that, I am a student teacher in one of the infant rooms at the Child Labs in the Human Development Center. And next semester, I hope to continue my position there, but not for credit. In my free time, I love to read, watch movies, go for hikes, hang out with friends, listen to music. And when I'm home specifically, go for walks with my dogs, hang out with my family. Why am I interested? I want to continue to be a role model and continue to create an environment where people feel included, respected, and involved. The pictures to the right are examples of community meeting that I had, where I had some girls show up. They were painting pumpkins and listening to music. And then that bottom picture is one of my bulletin boards. It's a Stardew Valley themed one where they could put their pin to the personality they most identified with, and I had a good amount of interaction with that. So I want to continue to create an environment where people feel like they can participate in activities and not feel afraid to spend time with me. And I want to develop the skills I've gained even more, form even deeper connections with my fellow RAs, not just the ones that I currently work with at Hilltop, but RAs in other areas as well, and get to know another floor of residents. How have I grown? Since becoming an RA, I have developed better communication skills through connecting with new people, especially my coworkers and residents, as well as learning how to speak professionally, just having husky chats with residents. It's important to talk with them with professionalism, as well as an air of friendliness, and also having one-on-ones with my hall director. It's important to still keep professionalism. And I've developed better leadership skills through hosting social meetings, initiating husky chats, and enforcing policy rules on my floor, especially when I'm on duty. And I see something, just not being afraid to tell someone that unfortunately they can't do that and just kind of direct them in the right direction. Welcoming new members. Next semester, if we have new RAs, I will take the time to get to know the new members so I can have meaningful conversations with them and just connect on a more personal level. I will suggest spending time with the new RAs outside of meetings or duty to become friendlier with them, because I think that's been one of the number one ways that has allowed me to get closer with my current coworkers is just spending time outside of our staff meetings or duty. And to be a role model for both new RAs and residents, I'll make sure to explain policies and demonstrate them properly, especially if I'm on duty with a new RA, just kind of showing how we go about handling certain situations. And I'll answer any questions that they have just so that I don't leave them confused. And if I don't have an answer right away, making sure I get the answer, because one of the biggest things I think about being a new RA is just having questions answered, because things can be really overwhelming and confusing. So just trying my best to be that person that can answer their questions. One resident interaction I had this semester that stuck with me was when one of my residents emailed me asking if we could have a meeting to discuss some roommate issues she was having. At our meeting, she was super open with me about all the various emotions she was feeling in relation to her roommate, which had been frustrating her just with little stuff like leaving lights on, being noisy around bedtime, inviting people into the room without asking. And she was really open with her emotions about just kind of feeling in a slump at UConn, not really wanting to be here. We were able to come up with a plan on what she should do regarding her roommate issues, and just kind of that slump she was feeling on campus, we made a plan for her to ask her roommate to have like a sit-down conversation about these frustrations so that they wouldn't just continue to pile up. And so the roommate would have a fair chance to know what was, going on, and she could have a chance to change. And I just told her to spend as much time doing the things that she likes to do, hang out with her friends. She joined a sorority, so like dedicating time to that. And just kind of focusing on the positives of being on campus. I used my skills of listening and connecting to her on a personal level. We talked about like home life. We related that we both had 2 sisters. So just kind of engaging with her to get to know her, and also help her. I can continue to impact students by continuing to present myself as someone who's available for my students when they're struggling, someone who will take the time to talk to them. And I can continue to impact students by using critical thinking skills to formulate solutions to problems that they have, like this roommate conflict situation or school-related stress, anything. One time I was on duty when I got a call from one of my residents that her roommate had slapped her, and it was actually the resident I was just referencing. We had gone over roommate conflicts in training, but not too much about what to do if the situation got physical. I was so thankful for my duty partner, who was a returning RA. He was very helpful in showing me like what needed to be done. We separated them. We brought the resident who had been slapped down to the office where she could tell us what happened. We called the HD on duty, and when she expressed she wanted to press charges, we called the police. I made sure to actively listen to her because she was obviously shaken up and overwhelmed, and she was just upset because she had been slapped, and it was a buildup of all these emotions. She was able to get a room swap the next morning, but it felt really nice when I picked up the duty phone and she had said, like, thank God it's you, just because it was nice to be able to provide my resident with familiarity and comfort, and kind of be there for her to just kind of talk and rant about what she was experiencing, and just kind of be there for her while she processed her emotions and was able to get in contact with her parents and the police. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this presentation, and I'm excited for what lies ahead in my time at UConn.